What's up, on family? It's Yigal. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing amazing. Just want to come at you with a question that somebody asked me, and the answer I gave them, they weren't too happy about. But I want to pose the same question to you. I asked this in the Pawn Leaders community yesterday, and some people messaged me saying, "Thank you for that question. It woke me up." A lot of people are afraid to answer that question, and I want to pose this question to you, and I want you to answer it within yourself, right? So many times I talk to pawnbrokers and they tell me the same thing. Egal, the pawn business isn't the same business. It's not the same business it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And that's true. It's not the same business. The more important question you need to ask yourself, is, are you the same person running your business today that you were 5 years ago? And let me explain this, right? If you're watching, say hello in the chat box. We'd love to hear from you. So many pawnbrokers today are running their business the same way they ran it 5 years ago, even 2 years ago. And if you're running this business the same way, how will you take your business to the next level if you're always staying the same? I asked a pawnbroker last week, I said, "Hey, how much are you paying for training for your team?" They're like, "Yeah, we don't really train our team. We don't have leadership training. We don't have sales training." I said, "Well, how much are you investing in training yourself?" Said, "Aside from, learning how to test more gold and diamonds, not much." I said, "Okay. How much are you investing in learning how to put in procedures and strategies and marketing?" They said, "Not really." And I said, "Well, how is it that you expect your business to grow day in and day out if most of what you're doing is tactical?" And what I mean by tactical is sitting at the counter, writing the loans, checking up on your employees, checking up on your team, checking your Facebook, checking your Instagram messages. But if you're not learning how to lead, market, and strategize, taking your business to the next level is very, very hard. And listen, I had a pawn shop with my brother that we were in a rinky-dink 900 square foot location. 900 square feet, no parking. We opened up the store, and within a year or two, we were working 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. And then we started investing in ourselves. And as we invested in ourselves, we took that 900 square foot location to $1 million in loan here in California. $1 million in loan for 900 square feet. And then we grew it even more. And as we invested in ourselves in leadership, marketing, and strategy, we learned how to grow that even more to almost $2 million in loan. And then we bought a building. And then we grew that into multi-million-dollar operations with 60 plus employees. But it wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have learned from other people. If I just ran the same business I ran, the first 2 years, I wouldn't have hit $1 million. If I ran that the same way I ran the business, I wouldn't have hit $2 million. If I ran that the same way, I wouldn't have hit a 12,000, square foot building with 60 plus employees with millions of dollars in pawn. So the truth is that if you're going to stay the same way that you are today running your business, you are going to have the same business that you've always had. Now, to some of you in the pandemic, you think, well, I wish I had the business I had last year. The truth is, if you still had the business you had last year, you wouldn't have had such a tremendous drop in your pawn balance. You wouldn't have been looking for people the way that you've been looking for them. You'd be able to grow through this at a much steadier pace, like a lot of the mastermind members are. See, ladies and gentlemen, in pawn, if I just did what I learned from the second and first generation pawnbroker, I wouldn't have built the business that we built. And my brother, who's still in that store, wouldn't have been where he is today. Just looking to the past is important. I mean, it's important to look to the past, but you've got to learn how to lead into the future. You've got to learn how to lead, strategize, market. You've got to become a master at that. Because if you don't, you're not going to have an epic holiday season. Your competition's going to take it from you. The other jewelry stores are going to take away the sales. The online retailers are going to take the sales. And if you think people are just going to walk into your business because they need money, they have so many different options today. If you just Google, how can I get cash? You've got online ways of people doing payday loans and online ways of people sending in their pawns and online ways of them sitting in their pajamas, scratching their butt, not having to walk into your business. People no longer have to walk into your pawn shop. And that's the truth. But a smart pawn leader gets them to walk into the store with great leadership, marketing, and strategy. And when you can convince and persuade people to walk into your business, that's where you make money. That's where the gold happens. But for people to think that it's not going to cost you to invest in growing yourself and your business, it's kind of crazy. It took you money to invest into your business, and there's nothing that is a for sure. There are pawn shops who close down left and right every single day. We just did a study of over 9,000 shops where I had somebody cold call 9,000 pawn shops, every single pawn shop on a list that we bought. And we're realizing that about 15% of pawn shops are closing every single month. I mean, it's staggering the amount of pawn shops that are closing, especially during this pandemic. If we make 200 calls, there's at least 15 pawn shops that have been closed. And you might think, and you might have been told that the pawn shop is a business that, it's so secure and it's going to do amazing and it's not going to close down. We're pawnbrokers, but that's not the truth, because there's so many options out there to get what you're offering. And if you don't have what I call the epic effect, if you don't have, that epic culture, the epic marketing, and the epic strategy, why would anybody walk into your business? Because you're a nice person? Because you've got nice jewelry laying around? Because you offer what everybody else offers? I pay the most, I charge the least, I sell for the best prices? How does that differentiate who you are? And a lot of people are going to drop off of this Facebook Live because I might be bringing something up that bothers them. I might be bringing something up that bothers you, that you say, that's not going to happen to me. Well, if you look at the numbers that have happened in the pawn industry the last 6 months, there are people struggling. We actually had a mastermind member who has been open for 30 years. Before the pandemic, we checked their numbers and they were this far away from closing their doors. See, the truth, ladies and gentlemen, the pawn business isn't what it used to be. And if you run the business the way you used to be, the way you've always run the business, you're going to be this close from closing your doors. Now, all that hard work that you've put into the pawn business, all of those years and all that time, I can't imagine what's going to happen to your family if that happens. I can imagine, what if you lose $2,000 a month? What if you lose $5,000 a month? But on the upside, what if you made an extra $10,000 a month? What would that look like for your business to make an extra $10,000 a month? So why are pawnbrokers so afraid of this change? Why are pawnbrokers so afraid of saying, hey, I've got $70,000 of aged jewelry inventory that's been sitting in my showcase. Let me get 5K of that and invest it in my future. Let me take 5K of that and paint the business and do some marketing and learn how to lead so that people can grow. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason is because as pawnbrokers, we're very spoiled. As pawnbrokers, we're spoiled because we think and we believe that our business will always sustain anything that's thrown at us. The sad part is that you guys don't see, and a lot of you don't see the calls that we as consultants get saying, please help me. My business is 30 days from closing. Please help me. I don't have anybody else to take over the business. And if I can't sell it right now, what do I do? So there's two options. You can either keep going the way that you're going, or you can just make a change. You can invest in yourself. And, I keep touting the BYPB program, the Boost Your Pawn Business program, because it's the foundation of growing your pawn business. And so many times I hear people give me the most incredible reasons as to not invest in themselves. Right now is not the right time. I don't have enough time. Will it actually work? Will investing in myself actually make a difference? The truth is that the fear is within you, because if you open that door to change, you might see the mistakes that you're making. And true leadership, I'm going to put this into the microphone. True leadership is being okay with the mistakes that you've made, as long as you invest the resources and the time to make the change to move forward. I'm going to say this again. True leadership, being epic, is about admitting and being and having the humility to say, like, I've messed up. I've made some mistakes, but I'm ready to make a change moving forward, and using the resources and the time that you have to make that happen. Because if not, you're just going to run your business the same way over and over again, expecting different results. And there was somebody very, very smart, way smarter than me, who said doing the same thing over and over again is just insanity. So if you're ready to make a change, if you're ready to take your business to an epic level that you've never seen before, that you listen to the podcasts, that you watch these mastermind members, and you're like, how the hell did they do that? Somebody asked Nick Fulton yesterday, who posted, how did you get 420 televisions? We're still waiting for you to tell us how, because that's the easy thing. You think that just telling you where to get those TVs is how he got those televisions. That's not the truth. How Nick Fulton got those televisions is because he became a better leader. That's how he got the TVs. I'll say this again. He didn't get 420 televisions because of a phone number or a company. He got the televisions because he became more resourceful. He became a better leader, and his team worked it out. So with that, I've got 2 minutes to jump on a mastermind call. Stay safe, stay healthy. Let me know what you think in the comments about this live.